was released in 2004 on the cover of Playboy and inspired the body of work that I'm still making. And I'm going to show you several pieces that I made in this past year that emerges from that. I create avatars where I posit a kind of mythic female presence inside the computer that is struggling for autonomy. So they are fighting to find a place inside a kind of what I consider the corporate, bureaucratic, logocentric, here it goes, system of mediated control inside the computer. I have to apologize, I'm an extremist, but I'm trying to make work that has a kind of emotional impact in which we feel her pain as she struggles to escape from the virtual world behind the monitor. So in this piece, I used ragdoll technology that is usually used in shooter games to kill characters, and uses physical simulation. And what I did was that the ragdoll, I beat it against, I hung her from a string, I beat her against the front plane, I dropped her from great heights, I shook her in a box, and I basically violently abused her so that you could get this kind of expressionistic and very sad, actually, representation, because in fact she never escapes, and none of my characters ever do. So I can feel her pain, and I hope you do too. So these are usually large installations, and that's, I actually pull a piece out of the wall and rotate it, and I'm going to show that in Berlin in January. This is a piece called Caress, where again I'm setting up a dialectic between a mechanized clockwork and, in this case, an eroticized representation of a woman. It's life-size, it's a monitor piece. And I was thinking about Gothic tomb sculptures. These are actually 5 positions from Odalisque's paintings and 5 camera positions. And I break her body in an impossible way and cycle from camera position, virtual camera position to position. And what ends up being is this kind of sensualized caress camera to avatar caress. So I think this kind of weird, perverse relationship between the human and the natural and the mechanical is a lot of the theme that I'm working with. And that was the piece as it was actually shown in bit forms and constructed. This is a new body of work where I'm working, actually making a line of augmented reality erotic housewares. And so this is the first one. It's a porcelain dish called Nu Mort, and there's a pattern on the dish. And when you look at it through your smart device, you can see, in this case, it's a truncated naked woman. She's lying on your food, which is more or less interesting, depending on what you're eating. And here, slightly more alive than her are these intelligent cockroaches that move around in endless variation. She's trapped in a kind of cycling space. And this is the first time I actually used a male avatar, slightly more alive, and he's also cycling. So I thought of this as a kind of 21st century telephone sex. And what was interesting to me about it, it's a demo, but I also made a larger video piece with it. Is that they are sort of locked in this solipsistic, autoerotic exchange, which is, I guess, what happens to sex when you sit in front of a computer all the time. So, anyway, that's the end.